broad social service response of the Share Society started right from 1972 with its board of directors, which were representatives of local churches and local service clubs.
Share is about belonging. If I walk into the food bank or the thrift store or one of the offices, I'm welcomed, whether people know me or not. And I think that's the quality that makes Share so successful as an agency and as part of the community. That sense of feeling welcomed and feeling that there's something being offered to me and that I have something to offer.
It's a feeling like that you had a dream, you're dreaming, but the dream came true, you know? But it's a good feeling.
The volunteers on the crisis line is a special bunch, I always find. They're there for one purpose, and they all feel the same way. Wherever direction they came from, they're there to help people.
It really is truly an organization where people provide services for other people, where we're helping each other to address the issues for vulnerable people in our community, as well as building capacity within our community to support each other. So I'm just so inspired by the mission of Share, the range of services we provide, as well as the fact that we have such dedicated staff and volunteers involved in the organization.
There really is a special quality about Share staff and volunteers. There is a sense of welcoming and acceptance.
See, I believe we live in a caring community, that people care about one another. What we sometimes lack is the opportunity to actually express that care. And what Share does is gives people that opportunity, and in many ways. And so for me, it was the Crisis Center. For lots of people, volunteering at the food bank. For others, it's involved in the other programs that Share has with all of its volunteers. But it has this desire that collectively we make this community better, and it allows that to happen.
I loved it so much I couldn't stop anymore. Then I became a volunteer, and I gave my whole thing to a volunteer.
It's the caring and helping, and Share is to care, right? And if everybody would do it in their lives, I think things would be different.
It's actually, when you think of the hundreds of volunteers and hundreds of staff it's had over the years, they made impacts way beyond, like I've gone on to help another organization. Almost all the people of the 70s and 80s have done that. Share has had that effect on people. They've actually created this instinct and cultivated this instinct to serve and be better citizens. And I think it's been a great benefit.
I think people can lose their sense of ownership of their community if they're not allowed to be a part of it. Government can't do everything. What will make our communities healthier is when citizens are part of the solution. And I think what Share has done well is that they've created opportunities for poor citizens to be part of the solution, for citizens to care, give of their time, of their talents, their resources, so that everybody benefits.
Memories are being created every day at Share. I mean, you know, anytime I go out to an event or and a part of the organization where we're serving people, it's just incredible to see what we're able to do with the very limited resources we have.
Share's an important part of the community. I mean, the very fact that this is not a huge community, but there's 1,500 volunteers, just says something about its connection in the community.
Part of Share's goal would be to actually create a caring community of people in the Tri-Cities area, so that we care and are concerned about one another. You may not directly help, but you may indirectly help. And so you want a community that is actually responsive to your neighbor.
Over the number of years that we've been around, which has been 40 years as of this year, we have grown from a very small clothing exchange to a multifaceted organization. So the fact that we're out there serving many different facets of the community in many different ways is a strength. And I think that we are in touch with the issues that are happening in the community, and we are able to mobilize limited resources and also volunteers and staff to help to address those. And we are in a position where we can be the catalyst to bring various other people together to look at solutions to some of the complex problems that we face.
The volunteers are the most important people for SHARE. They have been since 1973 and they still are today. And I love them all. They're all nice and they all care, I can tell. And I just love them. And I thank them